Season is well and truly upon us. I mean, the Black Friday sales are one thing, but the season is well and truly upon Canberra. The silly season has absolutely kicked in. They're worried about Christmas parties and all these sorts of things. They're playing games. They've forgotten about the country. Yet again, the Parliament goes troppo this time of year, more than it might normally. It's extraordinary. It's a waste of time fortnight, this. There are big decisions everyone wants to make moments before they hop on a plane, and maybe they're going to have Extinction Rebellion trying to stop them hopping on a plane at the end of next week. I mean, it's all this kind of hyper insanity, and it does actually have an impact on a bunch of politicians who frankly are tired. It's come to the end of a long year. A government has been returned against all or most expectations. Not all of us felt that, but most expectations. And what is not clear in my mind is a clear agenda for 2020. We need some bold vision. We need 2020 foresight. At the moment, we've currently got holding pattern stuff. We're digging up IR, we're dealing with Medivac, we're dealing with the consequences of bad things that happened in the bad few years under the miserable ghost Prime Ministership. And Scott Morrison, frankly, has to come out of the blocks in 2020 because people are starting now, more than ever before, to say ScoMo's gone slow-mo. And he's not going to like me saying it, but that is the reality. We have got problems that have been writ large and have come out today as a result of court decisions with regards to flooding in Brisbane back in 2011, where a bunch of bureaucrats and clipboard carriers got it wrong and people's homes and lives were ruined. As a result, that's what the court judgment basically said. We've got people's homes being burnt in fire-affected areas, basically because a whole bunch of clipboard-carrying bureaucrats, and I'm sorry to pick on them, but it's true, have said, oh no, the politicians have said we need to be kinder and gentler to the environment, so we'll do nothing about managing our forests anymore. We'll do nothing about that. We'll just turn them into national parks, and we'll just let things like lantana take over. You know, 90% of the lantana in Australia is actually in our national parks. I mean, this sort of stuff needs some real attention. And then I can turn to the drought. The drought is still on, folks. It is still rampant. It is still ripe. And as Peter Credlin and Alan Jones have proved this week, and Paul Murray continues to prove every week, you know, this is a huge issue. And it goes to the heart of the sovereignty of this country. Unless we actually do something that is future-proofing this nation with its ability to grow the food and grow the fibre that we need, we are going to be beholden to other countries. We are going to be relying on other countries to provide us with food. And it's an enormous shame that Parliament is so preoccupied with the parliamentary parlour games. This minister might have been subject to some sort of nonsense media release he put out, a letter he put out, or whatever he put out. Who really much cares? If Angus Taylor has worn something, it's the sheer embarrassment of maybe a gotcha moment. Someone got him. I don't know who did. But you know what? I really wanted to get on with the business of working out energy policy, because the trams in Melbourne are not going to work over summer because of the dumb policies of the state government there. We're going to have problems with brownouts in various parts of the country over summer because of the dumb policies of other governments somewhere else. We actually need the Energy Minister to get on with stuff, but we need the Prime Minister to very much so take this Christmas break that's coming in a couple of weeks for him, recharge himself and get out of the blocks and give us some vision. Here is one example of where my frustration is right now. Right now. 2020 is the 250th anniversary of the arrival of James Cook off the east coast of Australia, and you've heard nary no mention at all about this. And Scott Morrison is the member for Cook. And let me tell you that there are towns all up the New South Wales and Queensland coast that owe their names to James Cook's journey in 1770. And 250 years later, you think that Australia would be just filled with excitement about it. New Zealand is. New Zealand have completely taken over the whole Cook thing. The excitement in New Zealand about the whole Cook 250th there happened a few months ahead of Australia. They are light years ahead of Australia when it comes to celebrating and commemorating the Cook journey, something that was so boldly regarded by explorers in later generations that even NASA named one of the space shuttles after Cook's endeavour. You know, we are just missing opportunities here to excite, unite and bring this country into an enormous sense of possibility right now. Scott Morrison, you need to take a break. You need to come out and give us some real vision, some real leadership, some real passion, some real sense of hope. And Anthony Albanese and the Labor Party just need to stop playing these games and scoring political points while people are suffering as a result of bad policy mixes when it comes to the environment in this country. Keen to know what you think. #Hardgrave at skynews.com.au.